Hey guys, welcome back to Purple Glimmer Budgets. My name is Katie, and I decided to do a little bit different of a video than I normally do on this channel. On this channel, I'm all about cash budgeting, savings challenges, and helping you have fun while you manage your money. Today's video, I'm going to go ahead and share my tips on how I reached 4,000 watch hours here on my channel. So if that's something you're interested in watching, just keep watching. Tips, let me go over why 4,000 watch hours is such a coveted milestone here on YouTube. If you're not a YouTube creator, this might be information that you're not aware of. If you are a YouTube creator, you already know this. I'll try and put timestamps in my description so you can kind of jump around to the different tips and skip over this if this isn't anything that you want to listen to. So here on YouTube, there's two levels of monetization. There is your first level monetization, which opens up memberships, supers, and a few other things. So it's not the coveted monetization. The coveted monetization happens at step 2, which is where you hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. There's also a way to hit it with YouTube Shorts, but I don't focus on YouTube Shorts here on this channel, so I'm not the person to give you tips and tricks on that. So if that's the way that you're planning on reaching monetization, then this video is not going to be for you. So let's go ahead and go back to kind of the thought process that went through my mind as I was deciding to relaunch my channel. So I looked at these different metrics and I kind of noticed that there was a difference in like the proportions of what you had to hit for each level. To me, I'm like, okay, well, why do I have to reach 3,000 watch hours with 500 subscribers? I'm like, I'm not gonna ever reach that. So why do they even have that level? That makes zero sense. Because if I need 4,000 to get full monetization, but I need 1,000 subscribers, that's a lot more attainable. So I thought, I'm like, there's no way I'm ever going to reach that first level. I'm just gonna skip to the second level. Well, little did I know, I was completely wrong. I actually reached 500 subscribers on September 3rd of 2024. I reached 3,000 watch hours on September 23rd, 2024. And at that point, I had 535 subscribers. I went into my YouTube studio, pulled all those analytics because I'm a bit of an analytics nerd. So I was able to hit that first level of monetization way before I hit my 1,000 subscribers. So because I'd seen all these other content creators, like they hit their 1,000 subscribers, but then they were struggling to hit their 4,000 watch hours. So I was always seeing these posts on, hey, if you can run my playlist to go ahead and get me there. So I was like, there's no way I'm going to reach that first level before I reach the second level. But I did, and I really shocked myself. So that was awesome. So bonus tip number 1 before I go into all of the other tips is that if you're a content creator and you are approaching milestones for that first level, don't like ignore that first level. Go ahead and submit all the information you need to have your channel evaluated at that level, because from my understanding, when you hit that second level, if you've already cleared everything on the first level, it's an automatic switch over. So that'll kind of cut down your lead time of them evaluating your channel. It didn't take them very long to approve my channel for the first level of monetization. So that's just kind of bonus tip number 1. I'll go into like more depth of like actual tips on like the meat and potatoes of what I did to help me kind of hit those 4,000 watch hours. I'm gonna go ahead and preface that this video may be slightly all over the place. I'll try and make the description as clean as possible, as well as like timestamps of like where I really get into the meat and potatoes of what I'm trying to tell you. I tried to do a scripted video, but I felt extremely awkward. So this is me just kind of taking everything in my head and just telling it to you as it comes out, because I want to be my authentic self, and it seems like that's the better received videos that I have. And so rather than awkwardly coming up here with my PowerPoint behind my camera and me going through that, I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to tell you genuinely what I did to reach those 4,000 watch hours. I'm also a very talkative person, so this video could get long. Sometimes I am able to cut it short and sweet, so we will see. Your guess is as good as mine on how this is going to be. So the first thing that I need to focus on, because when I was going through this, I was looking for videos just like this. What can I do to make my channel successful? And one thing that was constantly coming up is that if you want to hit monetization, you want to grow your channel, you need to be consistent. So that's what I did. When I launched my channel, I knew that I could commit to 3 days a week of uploading. So I believe my 3 days that I uploaded was Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Those 3 days, those made sense to me, and so I committed to that. Now I did switch up my schedule as I got more ideas for other videos that I wanted to integrate into my channel, and now I'm up to posting 5 days a week. Honestly, I think the fact that I do post 5 days a week has been another big reason why I was able to hit those watch hours so fast, because the more content you have out there, the more exposure you have to viewers to try and consume your content. And so hitting that watch hours is the amount of time that they're consuming your content. So I think that might have also helped contribute to my accelerated watch hours that I had, because I had so much content for them to consume. So I mean, if you've reached like the 1,000 and you're just struggling to get that watch hours, then that would be something to kind of look into. Can you post more often? Can you post longer videos? Which I guess that's another tip. The longer your videos are, the more content that they have access to and the more watch time is possible for them to consume to try and get you to their watch hours. So I guess that would be another tip that I would put out there, is that if you're struggling with watch hours, look at your content. Are you posting 5-minute videos? Well, if you're posting 5-minute videos, it's going to be a lot harder for you to hit that 4,000 watch hours than someone who's posting hour-long videos. Now, I'm not saying post just an hour-long video just to post it. Quality does matter, because if you have a not good video, the viewer's not going to stick around and watch you. So that would be the other thing. So it's kind of a fine balance between quantity and quality. So I would always err on the side of quality over quantity, because if you're constantly pushing out bad quality content, then you're not going to have your viewers come back to you. So that leads into my next couple of tips. So you want to know what your audience wants to watch. So early in my channel, I was able to identify a very strong video that brought me tons of viewers, which then also leads into more watch hours. And then a bonus, I got tons of subscribers from that. And that was my cash condensing videos. So if you're not into cash budgeting and that's not your niche, that might not mean much of anything to you. But the good thing about these tips is you can apply them to any niche. So basically the overall tip is to go ahead and look at your content and find out what content that you are producing that is providing you the best results, which is views, watch hours, and subscribers. And so I identified that it was cash condensing. Now, unfortunately, within my niche, cash condensing can't necessarily happen like every single day, so I can't duplicate that all the time. I'm going to kind of go a little bit left field. If you're not into cash condensing, this won't necessarily apply, but in order for me to also continue to foster my community, I need to continue to be authentic. So if I was constantly filming cash condensings, they would realize that that's not really authentic, and that would just completely defeat the whole purpose of my channel. So I started my channel because I wanted to hold myself accountable for my finances, as well as also promote my Etsy shop that I have and have some sort of like organic advertising within my videos. So you want to weigh like your best videos with also retaining your authenticity, because you can't really sacrifice that, because if you do, then you're not going to come across genuine, and then it's going to also make it harder for you to grow as well. So part of knowing what your audience wants is leveraging your analytics. So in YouTube Studio, there is tons of analytics that you can look into. You can look at your content, see how many views your videos are getting, how many people are liking and not liking your videos, how long they're staying on your videos, how your video is performing compared to the last 10 videos, and everything such as that. So if you've not had a chance to dive into your analytics in YouTube Studio, I definitely would recommend doing so, because it'll definitely help you. I think that is also the reason why I was able to grow my channel with watch hours as fast as I was able to, because I knew which videos to kind of focus on and everything like that. Plus, if you're like also trying to like narrow down on certain things, like whether maybe posting a different time will get you better results, you can also use those analytics to do that. Because if you have, for instance, on my channel, I have specific videos that I post on specific days. So if I want to play around with my like posting time, I can look into that. So I can like maybe post one at like 6 o'clock, see if it does any better. And then the next week, maybe post it at 3 and see, is there like a time that works better for me? So that's definitely another thing, is the analytics are definitely your friend. So definitely take the time to go into YouTube Studio and play around with those and see those. And kind of along those same lines is, don't be afraid to leverage popular topics within your niche or trending topics. Every niche is going to have certain trends that are happening, and what you can do is you can hop on those trends and wait and ride the wave to better results for your videos. So one trending thing that happened within my niche, cash budgeting, is the 100 envelope challenge, 52 envelope challenges like those. Those are pretty long-term challenges, but then they can yield high volume results of cash. and high volume of cash tends to do really well within the cash budgeting community. So I've done a few of those. I did one in which I stuffed a 52 envelope box and then I unstuffed it. That video did amazingly well, and I've done a few others. So just playing with lots and lots of cash I've seen have done really well on my channel, and so I have not been afraid to kind of leverage those. Also, along the lines of trending topics, seasonality, we're coming into Christmas time. I think Christmas is probably already passed when I get this video posted, but it hasn't passed as of this filming. So as we were getting into the holiday season, Christmas was approaching, so I decided to do a Christmas themed video of like what I did to set myself up realistically on a budget for Christmas. And that video actually did pretty well. Another tip to have is you really want to optimize your titles and your thumbnails. So if you don't have a really good title, that's not going to bring viewers in. If your thumbnail is boring and unattractive, no one's going to want to click on it either. Look at your thumbnails as kind of the cover to your video, like you would as like a book for a cover. Now, I know they say don't judge a book by its cover, but let's be honest, we all do. So you want to make sure your thumbnail is good. Also, sometimes it's good to have a consistency across your thumbnail, so that way when you do have consistent viewers, if they're browsing you through their feed that YouTube is conveying to them, if you have like a specific like layout and theme of it, they'll see that a lot faster and then they'll maybe click it. So definitely spend some time on the thumbnails. Thumbnail is super important because that is your first impression to the viewer to decide whether or not they're going to click it. Now, also you want to optimize your title. You don't always have to have your title match whatever text you have in your thumbnail. They can kind of mismatch, and sometimes like a mismatch is actually a good thing because it brings them in more. So that's something that you can do. Now, like, don't like clickbait, because if you're doing a lot of clickbaiting, you're gonna get your audience very frustrated. So I wouldn't necessarily go down that route. Now, I wouldn't just choose some crazy off-the-wall title. I would still try and make it relevant to your content, because YouTube is going to be reading your titles and using that to determine how to recommend your video to new new viewers. Which also leads on to my next point, is that you want to optimize your videos so that way they can be suggested on other videos within your niche. So a lot of things that have caused my bigger content to blow up has been having them be relevant towards other content creators. So my video will be suggested after someone else's video because it ties in with them. YouTube's ultimate goal is to try and keep you on their platform. So they're going to continue to suggest like relevant videos. So you want to keep that in mind when you are making your titles and then your descriptions. Also, don't snooze on your descriptions. You want to make sure that they're very well thought out, because that is more real estate space that you can use to try and push your videos out through the algorithm. So you want to make sure you have keywords in your description. So the more work I put on my descriptions, the better the return that I had on my videos. Also, I made sure to try and do as much as I could within the tags. So I would find relevant tags that could tie into the algorithm that were relevant to my content. So that way it was pushing my videos to people who want to consume my videos. Because if my videos are going out to someone who has zero interest in cash budgeting, then they're not going to spend time on my content. And then my content to YouTube is going to look like it's subpar, and then they're going to stop recommending it. So those are different areas in which you can try and optimize your videos to be the next video that it pushes out there. Another tool within YouTube that you can use to leverage to try and get your subscribers or your audience to stay on your videos is to use playlists, and you want to use those strategically. So if you're in a big community and your community is willing to step up and help you and step behind you, one playlist I would recommend potentially creating is creating a playlist that has all of your videos. So that way, if you have people who want to support your channel by helping you increase your watch hours, they can go to that channel and then they can run that. And that's easier than them having to click a bunch of different videos within your channel page. So that's one playlist that I recommend having if you're struggling with watch hours, because that gets them the biggest bang for their buck as far as giving you as much time as they can for your watch hours. Other than that, I would definitely be very like strategic when you're doing your playlist. So you want to, for instance, for me, I do cash stuffing. So I have a playlist called Cash Stuffings, and I have all of my cash stuffings there. A big My biggest video that I told you guys back before is my cash condensing. So I have a cash condensing playlist. So if someone wants to binge watch cash condensings, they can click that playlist and it's all about cash condensings. I also have a few series going on in my channel. I do a month ahead Mondays, so I have a month ahead Monday playlist. I also do $2 Tuesdays, which is a mini cash stuffing for savings challenges. So I have a $2 Tuesday playlist. And then I also have some that show some new products. So I do like a product launch playlist and stuff like that. So just think of different ways you can subcategorize all the content you have out there and develop those playlists. Also, within your playlist, there's a description that again is more real estate that you can use to push your content out to those that it can be relevant for. So definitely try and fill out as much information as you can on your videos and your playlist so that way YouTube knows what to expect and that way they can push your content to where it needs to go. My next tips revolve around engagement. You want to make engaging content. People want to stick around and watch your video if they feel that there's something that they can add to it. And so they'll do comments, likes, and then people subscribing. That helps take that video and push it out more within YouTube. Also, engage with your audience. They're there to support you. They're taking the time to comment with you. Especially if you're a small YouTuber, there's no reason why you can't respond to each and every comment that you get. And that's a goal that I've set for myself. If you're taking the time to comment to my video, I'm taking the time to respond to your comment. So that's just kind of what I do. I value my audience. I am so grateful for any interactions that they provide to me, so I want to give them right back to them. I also enjoy getting to know my audience, so it's a lot of fun. I recognize the people who are constantly showing up to my videos, and so I love interacting with them in my comments. So if you haven't been doing that already in your videos, start doing it, because that is probably by far my biggest tip, is that if you want to have people coming back, engage with them. So if you found these tips in this video helpful, definitely hit that thumbs up button so that way it pushes this video out to others, so that way they can use these tips to help them reach those 4,000 watch hours. Also, if you would consider subscribing to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. That would help push me to my final goal of 1,000 subscribers. I'm hoping to reach that by the end of the year. I'm also hoping to post this video by the end of the year. So definitely hit that subscribe button to help push me there. It's a free way to support my channel and my content. Also, drop me a comment below. What was your favorite tip of all the tips that I provided to you? And I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.